Like I said, money's the root, and y'all dummies and shit. Not only that, phonies. In fact, who will give phonies the loot? Yo, I feel bad for that young lady that made that phone call against the young man that lost his life, right? You would want to know why she made that phone call. Like, what's in her brain? Whether good or bad, sick or ugly, you still would want to go to the root to like, what was in her brain to make her want to do that? What kind of trauma was she going through? Or what was she even thinking about to even do that right there? Then you think about the people that never, you didn't see do this, that did this, right? And then people really got charges, right? Right? The people were really, because this is another emotion we have in us, because there's different ways of utilizing our emotions during this whole situation. This is emotional. Then you think about the people who's in jail about to face Rico charges, or however it may go, just from little stuff like this that investigate these people for being around these certain people, around this many people, around people. It makes you wonder, like, are these things orchestrated and put together like this, right? Because of the social media world, what they saying, the clout chasing and all that. We don't believe in that. We don't believe in the clout chasing and none of that. We don't believe that. We believe in language. We believe in what you say, I'm gonna repeat. So if I listen to it and I don't say it, I'm not repeating what you said. But if I listen to the language you said and I repeat that language, the language keeps getting repeated. We living in a world right now where they're feeding us language and then we're repeating the language, and that's what it becomes. We're utilizing what they're giving us. I feel so sorry for the lady who did that, because she feels as she really, really messed up. What could have been in her sick mind thinking, oh, I could get them all locked up by the feds, or it could be a Rico case, or this dummy want to always front and talk about his people's coming through, and this, that, and the third, and I can't be there. Well, however it may go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the feelings was that was evoked into that situation, somebody lost their life over that situation. But that was an investigation to these people that was supposed to happen for drugs, for a baby, for a lady getting beat up, for pimping, for all these stuff. And that's like racketeering Rico charges, the kinds of conversations that people say when they implement more than 3 types of crimes in one situation, 3 or 4 types of crimes, not just that crime. You know what I'm saying? Could have been this with those. So again, like I said, I feel sorry for her, because in her mental, she really don't know what she did, or she was put up to do this. She was put up to say this kind of stuff so these people could get in trouble, but it went wrong just for having a celebrity in their presence. And then I want to say, I feel much condolences for the family, because the families and friends and the communities is going over this nonsense right here, over this type of nonsense, which is nonsense, but for some reason, we want a justification to go, okay, let's make it not nonsense, so we'll feel better about ourselves because it was nonsense. So, maybe a person could have been wrong for this, or maybe a person was right for that, however it may go. Doesn't even matter. But what I was really trying to get to is, like, are these the situations that's getting us all caught up? Like, you know what I'm saying? As a collective, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it trickled down to our community from our feelings and our hurts, you know what I'm saying, our pain, but it also trickled down to charges, you know what I'm saying, for a person, you know what I'm saying, over that situation that could have led to more arrests and more people going to jail over these kind of situations. So, again, like I said, man, I'm just trying to keep my eyes open to it, because there's a lot of things that's going on, and a lot of what they call rappers now. Rappers is the new N-word. Like, a rapper is like saying the N-word now, like, oh, like, what up, homie? Homie is a rapper. Oh, so when the rapper died, it's the guy from the neighborhood. Everybody raps. So if he had some sort of rap career, or he knew how to just do words out of his mouth, and he was ever recorded or documented as rapping, he can be considered a rapper, because that's all you can know him as. They ain't philanthropists, they ain't leaders, but they get the rapper first, and then they be the rapper, the N-word that's doing humanitarian stuff, but once they put the rapper name in front of it, it usually looks tainted when it's a domestic situation. All of us are rappers now. All our kids are rappers. They got rap name homie because we got something called pseudos. And pseudos is our tag name, the name we like to call ourselves, the name we like to give ourselves for our image for whatever reason. So we call ourselves something for us to be able to relate to the name that we chose for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the name is just given to us and stuff like that. Not to ramble on and go too many other places. I'm saying, man, it's being fed to us in this manner. And I'm not saying don't look at it. I'm saying acknowledge it. But I think like us regurgitating the situation and perpetuating it, you know what I'm saying, to make it go further, we'll get to see more of what we want to see. If you want to see money, you're going to see money. If you want to see girls, you're going to see girls. If you want to see food, you're going to see food. You know, so it's like more of what our mental goes in and makes us want to see more of, and as opposed to making us probably want to see more that really, you know what I'm saying, gives the energy for ourselves to have something great in us. It's amazing. So language, you know what I'm saying, is very important, as we know. You know what I'm saying, I always try to spit that about language, you know. The way we get language and the stigma behind the language is kind of messed up, because you could give me a word and I could take it as bro and put too many other words with it and mix it up, and it comes out as something else other than bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? For instance, you know what I'm saying? I'm sliding from my end, and you know what I'm saying? We getting busy together. You know how it is, and I take out anybody. You know what I mean? Really, I just say I love you. You know what I'm saying? But because I said that, it goes in the category of, yo, maybe it could be attached to gangster. Maybe it could attach to this. It could go so many other ways. And you got to accept when you use your words in a certain mannerism that other people use them in, because you could say it's relative or they relate to it the same way. So I guess they're going to receive it the same way. You know what I'm saying? In certain ways that we use our words, I try to be very creative with the way I use language. Like if I don't want to curse, I don't want to curse. I want to be versed in it where I'm not practicing it no more. It's like, yo, I said I don't want to curse, I'm not going to curse. I know I'm training my mental because there's a certain kind of conversation I want to have right now fluently that I don't have to curse. I don't want to just know how to have conversations and fluently I have to curse just to make it fluent, or I have to take my time. I'd rather take my time and say, that's the kind of person I want to be by taking my time and doing it, other than, you know what I'm saying, me not being able to spit it the way I spit it, and then I'm saying all these filling words and not getting across what I really want to get across to you, without saying any curses or anything, plain and simple. So I versed myself in that, you know what I'm saying, and being able to use language, you know what I'm saying? I could get with the belligerents, I could use the N's, the S's, the B's, you know what I'm saying? I do that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm disrespecting certain people when I have that conversation with them, because I'm saying to them, basically, that's the only way you know how to talk. So I'm talking to you in a way where I think it's the only way you know how to talk, as opposed to kicking it with my brothers or my homies or my friends in a mannerism such as so, where it's just lingo. It's just vibing lingo, and not that I had to say anything negative. I don't have to curse to say negativity. I could utilize my mannerism and still create the vocabulary that could go in that direction, subliminally, or how it may go. And usually that's how a lot of people use conversations, subliminally, you know what I'm saying? So when you have a relative language of the way you're saying things, you still think that it's the same way people talk, and they really not talking the same way. The language is different. Like a lawyer talks different, like a politician talks different, like a crew talk different. We can use these same kind of words together, but they don't mean the same thing in those conversations. And sometimes we think those conversations. So our children is growing up being fed just the words, giving them the building blocks and the tools, and they take those building blocks and tools and just creating conversation that in relevance over here, they take it away. Relevance here, they take it away. But this is the conversation that's being fed. That's why it was always important in our communities to try to get as much knowledge and education as possible, to try to get as much of that. And that's not being something that's dope, something that's cool, you know what I'm saying, to have the education, to be able to write an essay, or to be able to, you know what I'm saying, create a storyline, or write a rap song, or music, or being talented in such form. Or it's not that, you know, it's give us the words to use and we'll put them together and we'll make something out of it, as opposed to just falling back looking at the words like, I'll take that word, put that one, and I'm gonna use that one. They still know what this word would mean, they know what this word, but it's like, nah, let's just ramble in NB, and A, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, it's going in, like, so with a hood lingo, we're gonna call it a hood lingo, it becomes the norm. A hood lingo is norm in some fashion, because when you talk during the course of the day, you may just be around people that's the lingo for the whole day, and it becomes so fluent. You know, me sometimes, you know, I can't really have too many conversations. You know, I can't really listen to too much stuff because it's like once I listen to it, it goes in my brain, and I got like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm kicking it and I'm not getting the same understanding with that person. Like first we have to build just to a level where we got to understand it. All right, can we understand some more? Before we get to what we about to get to, I need to know how much we can understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you about to take the conversation the next way as opposed to like, oh, he understand me because I'm speaking this way. He understand me. He understand me. He understand me. Not paying attention to nothing you're talking about right now. Because although they understand the language, they comprehend the language, it may not be taken in the context that you think it's going in. So I think language is very important amongst our communities. Whether you real, you're not real, you cool, you're not cool, you bad, you good. I think it boils down to the language, who has the power of language. So the cool people may just have a strong hold over the kind of language and manner in which they're speaking. So it gives them that vibration, that frequency, that energy that helps them. But the worst people, you know what I'm saying, could be using, you know what I'm saying, another language as well, you know what I'm saying, that benefits of how they go. What I was just saying is that. So again, when you listen to stuff, can you ask yourself, do I frequently hear these same words every day? Or do I get to hear new ones in different ways of it being said? And do I get to remember words as opposed to conversation is just stuck right there, stuck right there, stuck right there? Then by the time you get something that you used to talk about, you're like, oh yeah, I used to know how to talk like that. I used to know how to remember words like that. As opposed to these words are just running rampant within your conversation every day, circling, 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 circling around. Please forgive me if I ramble. I try to show as much love as possible, give as much energy to the universe as I can. You understand me? That's great. Can't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be as powerful as can be by, you know what I'm saying, your language. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's coming from our breath, our body, our vibration, our energy, our ear. You know what I'm saying? This language, you gotta be something powerful with it. You know what I'm saying? And it touches, it kind of shoots out. You know what I'm saying? It can be heard. You know what I'm saying? It goes to ears. You know what I mean? You know. So with that being said, you know, it's like, you know, that kind of energy is good. Like I like music. I like all kind of music. Like I like the music that sound hardcore. I like the music that got the curses in it. I like to understand why they putting it together. What's the man? Oh, not just I just want to listen to it because they got that word in it. And it's going to be when I get mad, I can use this kind of music. Or if I want to feel good in the morning, I can listen to this kind of music. Or you know what I'm saying? I can't listen to stuff for that. I can't be like, yo, I want to feel good today, so his music gonna make me feel good. I don't know how that works. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen to it to dissect it in more of a manner like, I get the message. You know what I'm saying? I'm building myself up. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to it building me up. And I don't try to not stay away from it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to choose what I say is the vibration. You know what I mean? Just trying to learn it. What I notice in life, right? Sometimes you're going to think you're right about a lot of stuff. And you're going to be right about a lot of stuff. But because you keep acknowledging it and you keep telling that you're right about it, you have to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have the balance in your life. And when you get the chance to spread love or whatever, that's cool. Minimize how much love you spread because the same in token you got but so much you could give, and then the rest get taken away because you have the balance. So if you give away all your love gotta get taken away. You know what I'm saying? If you give away a little love, you know what I'm saying, give a little back. A little love, a little back. That's why it's so hard with relationships. Because with relationships, you give too much love. You balance it. You give it all away. You was good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lived it up, and then go all the way back. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You got to lose that relationship because you gave all of it to that. You chose this person over that person. Oh, this person was more important. My girl more important than my mom's right now. My sister. It's not about the love aspect of it. It's just, I'm putting more into something than I'm putting into something else. And it's like, you know, the balance within that. So I say, yo, if you only care about your family, you only care about your friends, then if something happened to you or you need help, only your family and your friends should help you. But if the community is there, you're saying F the community, and then something happened, you want the community to help you, that's crazy. If the police is there, when something happened, you want the police to help you, and you don't help them, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the tools and utensils you actually want for whatever reasons is what you're supposed to have or what you're supposed to want, because you know you got love for that, and you putting a little bit in there, a little bit in there, a little bit in there, a little bit. You don't mind doing that. But when it comes to selfishness with like You dealing with people who go, I gotta just do me. So you like, I'm gonna deal with you, and you know I gotta just do me then. You know what I'm saying? And you feel like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But when you go do help other people out, and then you dealing with that person go to you like, see, that's what I told you. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be helping out people because that person is the one you rely on as opposed to the people that, you know what I'm saying, that you put in, the seeds you put in to grow. You know what I'm saying? Which was all those people. You know, instead of investing in one situation. I'm just saying that to say, you know, a spiritual person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a human being that love the scriptures and stuff like that. So take energy out of certain things. And I just know that, you know, the jealousy of God is important to know and want to know why God is jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just know God jealous. I want to know why he's jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to know God is jealous, but I'm like, yo, why is God jealous? And I feel as if God is jealous because he feels that if you could love something more than you love something, then you could love something more than you love him, or you could love more something than him or that. He don't care if you love something. He's saying that love it. You know what I'm saying? Don't not love it, because if you love this more than you love that, that means you'll love that more than you love me. If you love anything more than you love something that you love, that means you could love it more than you love me. And loving me is not more important than you loving everything. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's jealous if you love. God is like, well, I guess it's like, yo, if you love me, then that means you know you're supposed to love everything. So anybody who loves God loves everything. So that's where people stuck at. I think people just stuck at, y'all, if I love God, I'm good. But the meaning of it, you know what I'm saying, to love God is to love everything. So it's like when you vibing on this type of time, and you got a girlfriend, and you're like, yo, and it's not sound funny, like, yo, go have mad girlfriends and stuff, but you have a girlfriend, and, you know, you and the girlfriend, you know, happen to, you know, be on something like, you know, y'all don't want to deal with friends or family or people no more. It's just about y'all. Y'all don't really have that community to go talk to about your situation, relationships and stuff like that. So it becomes amongst y'all, and y'all become the judges of what y'all talking about. You know what I mean? And maybe y'all don't know how to figure that out. Sometimes even utilizing community in that way is bad because now you're letting a person get too many ideas. But when you're setting up a relationship, you're supposed to set it up to say, all right, I know how to set it up with this person because I know how to build with that person, or I need the community to set up the relationship with that, and you partake with that, but you don't give up either one. The community still has to be used, your family has to be used, or you want to put it a better way, utilized. They have to be utilized because it's here for something. And it's like when you just down for the homie or down for, I was like, I can't see that. You know what I'm saying? I asked the Most High to be like, yo, don't let me be biased. Don't let me hate nobody. Don't let me hate no kind of person, whatever, boom. But when I love too much, I know I'm going to have to hate too much. If I hate too much, I'm going to have to love too much. So I'm trying to balance it. So balance is very important in the things you know what I'm saying, we manifest in life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I'm just saying that. I know I originally had a topic, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want it to be clickbait. I originally had a topic talking about the young man who passed away. I'm just saying, right now within this media, you have people like myself that's in this media world, that's looking at the people that I think is the hot shots and big shots in the media world. And every time something happens, they're able to get us to be updated, which is great to be updated. You know, with unbiased situations, you're not putting a narrative together for it. You're just getting the information as you receive it. And we take that as certain people and come up with our own conclusions and stuff like that, and able to put that out there in this world. And we look forward to this kind of stuff because we're nosy, we're greedy. And that was our problem in humanity when man was made. Man wanted too much of something. You know what I'm saying? So you want too much information. That's like with knowledge. We're not supposed to know too much knowledge. We're supposed to know the knowledge that we need to know to help us do what we got to do. So the punishment is knowing too much knowledge. You know too much. So that's your punishment because now you don't know what to do with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Since you wanted to know so much from eating from the tree as a metaphor of life, right? That's how I see things. You know what I'm saying? If you with me, you with me. You know what I mean? But the language that's going around right now with the Ricos and the people getting locked up or whatever, it's stopping community from wanting to be community. It's stopping brotherhood from wanting to be brotherhood. It's stopping businesses from wanting to be businesses. It's stopping organizations to become an organization. It's stopping nonprofits to wanting to become nonprofits. People just want to give up, like, yo, you get in trouble for everything you do. No, it's not. That's not it. It's the language. Again, it goes back to the language. Notice that most of the people or put in these certain kind of situations deal with a certain kind of language, right? So, and when you hear the conversation, whether it was a phone tap or whatever, or this, that, and the third, the negativity or the way you put it is the language in which the people are saying it. So, you know, if we can work on our language, start. What I'm gonna try to do, as an example, what I'm saying is what I do is I intake certain things that I can utilize to help me build things that I'm gonna build. Find out what my ultimate situation is, not to go take the situation and go rebuild off of it. This situation, it touched me dearly, you know what I'm saying, of course, to find out that the young man was a great artist and did what he did, you know, as we all aspire to be in life, to be great, you know what I'm saying, when you get the opportunity to be great, to be put in a situation where someone did something that you didn't even know, you didn't even see coming, and you didn't even never find out the reason why it even happened, and to be faulted, to be punished, you know what I'm saying, being taken away from your family. They say you transcend, you go to a better place. That's great. Also, but what about him not having the opportunity to say, before I descend on, I want to make sure I leave a great thought into the universe because these people still got to stay here. So, you know, it's important for him to say, or him have a representative or people represent him to go, all right, his transition was for a beneficial situation, not for it to be a nonprofit cliche, as everybody would say, or how I may go for an experience to say, enough is enough. This is enough is enough. So he may give off the message of enough is enough, and this stuff has to stop. Us going against each other is due to the language in which is fed with certain words, and we have to use those words. That's why drill, spin a block, hit him up, or those words. You have to use those words to make it drill, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great kind of movement. But is that what happens is, even though the music's so good with it, the person who just learning how to speak or learning how to talk, his language is through interest of music. So he is learning how to speak with vocabulary by learning from these type of songs and what to utilize those songs when you have a conversation with someone else. To identify what that person is doing is knowledge of self, and a person understand that. When they can identify, this person really, he ain't really that like that, he just know the language. That's different from a person who's just as ignorant as a person who's not identifying with the language the same way as these people are, and have to use this, and when they go around people, they have to be pulled up. You can't pull a person up by telling them how to do something. You have to pull them up by telling them and telling other people and talking to other people and telling them and talking to other people where it's comprehended, where people start talking that way. So if I'm talking to my child, I'm talking to his mother that way. If I'm talking about his mother that way, I'm talking to this person that way. So it's like, all right, with the next conversation, not only do you not have to use that language you're talking about, look, I'm here talking to that person in this language, they talking to me in this language, you talking to me in this language, so I think you should talk in this language too. Because the language we are talking, we're communicating in this language. And if we're able to do that, you know what I'm saying, we're able to teach that we're not accepting, we're not going to accept you using this language and not knowing what you're using it for, brother. There's no need to be cursing right now. There's no reason for those words. Why are you using that? Do you not know something else better to say? No, don't say, oh, my bad. Nah, maybe you just don't know how. Let's practice. Let's practice out. For the next, I want to hear no curse words. No curse words challenge. No N-word challenge. 24 hours, nobody around you, or don't be around. And we got the opportunity to listen to what we want to listen to, be around the kind of people we want to be around, drink alcohol or stay away from alcohol we don't want to be around, all kind of stuff. So imagine with language, we're appreciating the Most High and saying, all right, this language of vibration is right. It's got to be the vibration. And choosing how those words are put together. We got a building block, we got English. We're dealing with English, those who got other Chinese, Taiwan, whatever your language is. You could take, within your language, you're able to take those building blocks of those words and put magnificent, beautiful, great things together, whether conversations, songs, pieces, speeches, energy, vibration, whatever. But you have to take those words and let them manifest. Let those words, you know what I'm saying, be what you know and what people identify with. I think I spoke plain English. Whether it was rambling or not, and you actually got to a point where you're like, yo, I get what he's saying, or I did what he's saying, maybe saying something there. I'm not challenging wits, I'm not challenging ideas, I don't want to battle a person for, I'm not with it. If I can identify and I can understand the situation, I think we come together, you know what I'm saying, to figure out what's really happening. If I think the way you think, you think the way I think, maybe it works. If we're not all thinking the same way, it's not going to work. If we're not supposed to think the same way, we're supposed to work with each other in the thought process that we have that thinks together, and then that work together. Not you believe everything I believe, or you do everything. Maybe I understand it coming from this part, that part, all right, I understand this part. I don't need to know about that part. I don't know about that part. That part I heard about. All right, cool. Does that affect me that he knows that I know this part, or I don't know this part, or I do know this part? All right, you got to feel factor all that in at some point. But just being able to have that conversation, man, and I guess, you know what I'm saying, things will work out. Like, again, I don't control 5 senses. 5 things I don't control. I don't control my ears. If I hear something, it makes a mistake, it get there, I can't even control that. I can't control my nose. If I smell something, or I can't control that. If I taste something and I don't like it, or I like it, I can't control that. If I see something and it went in front of my face, knowing that these are things I can't control, I have to honor those things and ask myself how much respect I got for controlling them. Like, yo, I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want to see that right now. I ain't trying to smell that right now. Yo, I ain't trying to taste that right now. I ain't trying to touch that right now. Right? So we have to honor those things that lives beyond us living. Those things that are the receptors that understands those things. Then we also got to understand the things that makes us survive. Right? Because now, the things that we can't control is different from the things that makes us survive. Like, you got to drink water, you got to survive, you need water, or you need food, you got to survive, or you got to defecate. You're not holding your defecation in for long. You got to do it. You got to do it. Nobody cannot do it. You got to urinate. You got to do it. So these are things that you can't control, and what you got to do to survive, right? So those factors in, and then that's just life. That's building off of life right there. Like, yo, man, I can't even control this. I can't control that. So at least I better acknowledge it. I better acknowledge my ears. I better acknowledge my eyes. I better acknowledge my nose. Then I know I need to survive. I better acknowledge I need some water. I better acknowledge I need some food. That keeps us sustainable. What do we want next, though? Food. Clothing, shelter. What do we want next? We want drugs. We want girls. What do we want next? Everything's supposed to be acquired if we understand what life is about, and then we just get it. We're not supposed to work for it. We're not supposed to work hard to get that. It's supposed to be given to us because of what we're doing for it. Not we're working for it. It's manifested through what we do. That's how it's supposed to go. But if we can really get none of these things, because a lot of people are just on a plane where it's the vibration just fluid for them right now. But we want the things the basic things in life, you know what I'm saying, to keep us going. And then our mind's supposed to open up to what we want to see, as opposed to being given these things, given this stuff to hear, given this stuff to eat, given this stuff to taste, given this stuff to see, given this stuff to touch, and then we defecating and putting it out this way, urinating it out this way, everything else. You know what I'm saying? Everything else. For somebody else is giving us the water, somebody else is, how it may go, giving us the food, the shelter, the house, the sleep, whatever. How it may go. That means the whole situation is controlled. That means you will be controlled by the things you are listening to, the things that's controlling you, the things that you're hearing, the things that you're tasting, and then you're being controlled by the things you need to survive, which would be the things, the water, which would be the food, which would be the sleep. You have to sleep. Definitely, I left that one before. You gotta sleep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta defecate, you gotta piss. So when One of the things you control and only things you gotta survive, that's different. So I'm saying now, if you acknowledge, yo, we, me, us, it is great for us to do it. It is respected and honored by humanity to understand that these are things you can't control. Start there. You are life because of these things you can't control. Because you can't control what you hear, control what you taste, control. You are life because of that. And these things you need for it. If the water's there, let us get some water. If the food is there, let us get some food. If it's some sleep, let us get some rest. You know what I'm saying? If we gotta use the bathroom, let's use some bathroom. That's important. When it's given to us in a way, you know what I'm saying, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So in our society, man, I know how we think, man. And I think people know how I think, you know what I'm saying? I know how we would want to think, you know what I'm saying? For those who are humble enough to say, yo, I want to be humble right now and tell the truth. I don't want to live that kind of life. But when you don't know a better way, and you know that other people don't know a better way, and you've been watching for years and nobody can figure this out, you're not going to admit you want a better life, so you keep the bravado. That's just what it is. You got to. Because you can't figure out another better way for me to be good. I'm trying to be good, but you can't even figure out a better way for us to be good. Look, I'm being bad and I'm being good. I'm being bad and I'm good right now. Imagine that. Imagine that. I went a little bit, you know what I'm saying, above and beyond, but again, I just wanted this to be the message, man. R.I.P. the young brother. Rest in power, because you gave a great message. Let's stop the bullcrap. You left a great message. Stop the bullcrap. See that bullcrap? Stop the bullcrap. In honor of you, that's the message I get from you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say your name. You know what I'm saying? Because it's known, it's in the universe. I don't gotta say it. But yeah, man. Well, if y'all got something out of this and y'all like what it is, leave some comments, because you know what I'll do. If y'all leave some comments, I'll be like, yo, damn, they really care about me kicking it. If not, y'all want some like, or y'all want to be trolling, like, if y'all listen to that enough to troll, cool. I'm gonna look, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna look. Yeah, I'm gonna look. Yeah, but yeah, I hope you can send out of this, man. But vibration, man. I'm gonna do a round before I go. And since I ain't cursed the whole jump off, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should let me be able to, you know what I'm saying, curse in this one. I said, hey, yo, the system was made for us to be part of the solution for the problem, meaning that it was never meant for solving. Some of y'all might say, what is Pop you talking about? Well, that's your interest. Now I intend to test some of your doubts. What would happen if no one got locked or caught in the block? Maybe you part of the plot and really sold as a stock. They say money's the root and y'all dummies and shoot. Not only that, phonies, in fact, who will give honeys the loot? Not only that, dummies, in fact, who will give honeys the loot? The question isn't real or fake. There's a lesson that's still at stake. Say you get locked go in upstate and you stressing, pressing the 8 and the 3rd to 25, copping out, confessing with hate. Yeah, I did it, your honor. And the explanation is great, but this mother who going home predestined your fate would have took it to trial. But some kind of foul with you here. They got to get how to get that D. Like, now was you there? And it always apply, brother, whether you know it or not. They got to do after you blow either or before when you cop. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I try to edit little curses, but you know, the system was made for us to be part of the solution for the problem. Meaning that it was never meant for solving. Y'all figured that one out, you know what I'm saying? You got it, man. Show love is the world way, man. The world way. You gotta do it like that, you know what I'm saying? Spread love is the world way, you know what I'm saying? It's the way of the world. We off this, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, the message I got, man, let's stop the bull crap, man. Stop the bull crap. Homie said stop the bull crap. Yeah.